Hello and welcome back to another video. This is the Hikmicro Alpex 4K. I don't know exactly which model number it is, but it's the one without the integrated laser rangefinder. I decided I don't need that shooting centerfire, and I purposely have this specifically so that I can record through the scope. I shot this target, which the scope and this little tripod is sitting on, today at the range. The groups aren't fantastic. The one-shot zero does pretty well work though. The only downside is with this gun, how it's set up and not being able to get the height exactly right. It's extremely difficult to hold it still and work the menu button, which is this top turret cap here. Once you go into the menu, you can push, scroll through to the zeroing freeze frame function, and then you have to hold the gun still and push this. This does take a little bit of effort to push, so yeah, it's a bit tricky. I'll cut a photo in of the target, but essentially I was aiming right here at this point, and my first shot landed up here, which is just under the front bell of the scope. I then adjusted that using the freeze frame function, and then it shot basically to point of aim just slightly low. So then I adjusted it again and shot this disgusting group. But as you can see, if you take the center, it's pretty well bang on there after I very slightly adjusted it. Then I fired this random group, and I have taken video, which I'll also cut in here. I might cut it in simultaneously with this video, or I'll just play it at the end. This was all shot at, all of these groups, even the sighting in, was all shot at 28 magnification, which is pretty blurry. You can tell that the base mag of 3.5 is definitely struggling once you get up to 7 or 28 power. So I do have it set up to, I think it's the multiple magnification scrolling. So you can set this up multiple ways. So you can have it, each click will go from 3.5 to 7, and then another click will go from 7 to 14, and another one from 14 to 28, which is probably the easiest way to do it, because if you have it set the other way, you're literally scrolling through single magnifications at a time, and it takes quite a long time to sort of rotate the turret to where you want it. It's easier just to have it 3.5, 7, 14, 28. That's what I've found anyway. I did take some pictures of a kookaburra that was quite happily sitting just past the 100-yard target mound. I also took video of him, and then this is the final shots that I fired, which I took the video again of. I had video of this and this. This, I noticed that I had the reticle set to central in the options, which as you click through the magnifications slightly moves the reticle. So I just wanted to test that actually wasn't changing the zero as well. So I fired one shot at 3.5, one shot at 7, and one shot at 14, because I'd already fired all these at 28. So yes, you can see that that's pretty well bang on with these other groups here for zero. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. This will be very handy for recording stuff of a night. It's probably easier when I take it spotlighting. I'll just set the recoil activated recording, which I did have set for this. It was set in the menu previously. I had it set at 15 seconds before and after, and I do actually have like this zeroing shot and everything, but I won't include it in this. But yeah, it is quite handy. But I did notice a couple of times it did get activated just working the action of the rifle, so it must be pretty sensitive with the, it must be like on a physical impulse. It must detect physical impulse and then start recording. So it obviously thinks it was recoil, just cycling the bolt. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, the next thing is going to be a trigger. I've already got a lighter trigger spring in there, but I have ordered a jarred Tikka T3X and T3 trigger, which will be going in the, I believe it's the 9 to 11 ounce trigger that they do. They do two. They do the standard Tikka T3 T3X trigger, and they do the T3 T3X match. I didn't want the match because, quite frankly, even 9 to 11 ounces is bloody light. The match at, I believe it was 3 to 6 ounces or something like that, would be just insane. But yeah, that'll be the next thing. And also, when I take it out of the chassis again, I'm going to have a look and make sure I don't have anything in the chassis, because see these double groupings, and then you get a flyer, same over here too, and then one off. This is more just like bad shooting, I'd say. But even this target down here, which you'll see in the picture that I've cut in here, there's two touching, literally touching, and one slightly off. Maybe the action wasn't sitting straight or perfectly in the chassis. Maybe there was something caught under it, a bit of lint or something got in under between the action and the chassis, that's slightly affecting the accuracy of something. Because this MO was the second best of the two that I tried between the Sierra and the Fiocchi, but this is the Fiocchi MO, by the way. But this is, yeah, it's definitely not shooting as good as it should based on those tests. So we'll see what's going on there. But yeah, this is just a short little video. And yeah, I'll cut the footage of this shooting in at the end. These are Porter Machine Works rings. I got this through Hunt the Night here in Australia. They had a first time order, sign up to the letter, like 15% off or 10% off the order bonus thing. So I used that, and that brought the price down. So I got the scope and the rings for basically the price of the scope, if it had been the one with the LRF included on it. Anyway, that's just a quick little review on this thing, and we are trying to organise another trip to go out next May when the weather's a bit cooler, because I was talking to my uncle today and he said the weather is that hot it nearly killed him out there. And it's been bloody hot here too. So hopefully we'll get out there again when it's a bit cooler, and this will come in very handy for being able to record stuff of a night. I've also tested this of a night. I don't have any footage or photos when I was just holding it up with my hands looking through it of a night. I was looking at a house, not the house behind us, but the house across the street from them of a night, and just even in the pitch black without an illuminator on here, I could count the individual bricks on the fascia of their house and the roof tiles on their roof as well. So it should be decent of a night, but again, we'll probably just be using this under spotlight in the normal daytime mode. So anyway, we'll cut that other footage in, and I'll catch you in the next one.
You got 5 minutes, we'll do time, and okay, so when you're ready, just okay, go, yeah, put the hand out, okay. 5 minutes? Yep. You got 5 minutes, we'll do target time. 5 minutes. Good. Yeah.